Hello, everybody, and welcome back to today's episode of Jace Beleren Must Die. I wanted to say, for how silly the show is sometimes and for how wacky everyone's hijinks are, I think this is one of the only Dungeons & Dragons campaigns that I am currently playing in where the characters consider things like witnesses and the fact that they are attacking armed officers of the law. That's nice. It's good that you have that thought in your mind.
I mean, I don't consider it, but my much better party does.
Yes. Well, that's because Tack is the most murder hobo of anyone in the party and the most Dungeons and Dragons character.
It's true.
Yeah. So, all right. So we cut back in on the panicking of the crowd, right? Sort of scattering, and the sounds of the wands beginning to charge up, and I think we just need to roll initiative. I dragged everybody's tokens over, so if you want to click on those before you roll initiative, it'll add you to the order.
Oh, precious baby.
Okay, let me just delete all of the old combat stuff. Here we go.
We haven't done one of these
there you
in a
go.
while.
Oh,
It's okay. I got you. You did it right. TK,
okay.
It's just I cleared the order right after you rolled, so I've re-added you. You're good.
That's fine.
And then
Here I am thinking I rolled so well, and then a 22 comes on the screen.
22.
I
I beat my 16.
Typical Carlos.
was there
I'm not gonna
more
finish
to
the
that
sentence.
shade or no?
No.
Okay. That's fine.
No, I want you to interpret that as you will.
Perfect.
I interpreted it good.
Yeah.
Of course you did, Carlos. Of course you did.
I did.
I gotta. Oh, you saw it. I forgot
I
to
got
click
you.
my.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Do for the podcast.
All right. So, you're lucky. All right. The Law Mage is last. So, Winnegar, the order is going to be Winnegar, Road, the beefier of the two, the non-spellcaster of the Azorius, then Tack, Torgor, and then finally the spellcaster. So it looks like the Torgor, unless the arrestor like really gets up in your business, you should theoretically still be able to cast your spell. So, Winnegar, you, however, are the first to act. You see this woman take out her wand, point it at Torgor. You see Torgor go to begin the magic song. Before any of that happens, you get a chance to act first. So, what do you want to do?
How far away is she? So
Let's say 30 feet.
It's like three of them, right? So it's just like Rourke's in the middle, and then there's an arrestor on each side of him.
Yes, yeah. I didn't roll initiative for Rourke because his hands are tied and he is currently basically incapacitated. But yes,
Gotcha. Okay, I'm going to cast. How do you pronounce it? It's like that Scorcher. What's that Scorcher one?
Scorching Ray.
Agonizar.
I was just I'm pretty sure Carlos knows how to pronounce the name Ray. How's the spell pronounces magic?
Right?
Magique missile? I think that's how it's
like
missile. It's French.
There's that episode of 30 Rock where Dr. Spaceman's like, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say this, but you have diabetes?
Am I saying camera weird? So okay. So you can guess it. It's pronounced, I believe it's pronounced Agonizer's Scorcher.
Oh.
Yes, that stumble is exactly why they named it that, because I think the wizard who invented it called himself Agonizer.
Yeah.
Who are you targeting with it? The big, better armored burfy dude with the crossbow, or the slightly more frail but still armored woman with the wand?
The woman with the wand.
Okay.
The hot one.
She pulled out the wand first, right?
Yeah, I mean they're both ready to go.
Yeah, let me do Wandy McWanderson first.
Okay, all right. Okay, so she needs to make a dexterity saving throw. Let's see. Here we go. She gets a 3. She does not expect you. She's focused on Torgor, right? Because Torgor's your muscle, and you're the Joe Pesci of this situation. But then all of a sudden you're shooting lasers at her. So so she focuses on Torgor, and then there's this ripping sound, blast of fire, and she shouts as she is scorched, as the spell promises, by magic. Anything else you want to move? Do you want to get to like cover? The two of you are kind of like out here now, and your friends are over there.
I want to go around the opposite corner of the junkyard, right?
Oh yeah, so you want to run over to the junkyard fence over here? Okay. All right, cool. So I guess I have tokens I could just use. I was like, let me write your name on the board. Nope, there's tokens. That's what they're for. So Winnegar is like over there now, and we'll drag everybody else up.
I think you should keep us big and Winnegar tiny.
Yeah.
That's actually size proportion.
Yeah, this is scaled to
Yeah,
size.
that feels right. This feels right.
Wait, hold on. I gotta just.
Okay, rude.
There we go.
Oh, no.
Now we're accurately scaled.
Ouch.
All right.
Wow.
I'm a flea.
Let me just make everybody slightly more appropriately sized. There you go. Road is not huge. Okay.
I hate this and I hate you.
And then these two are out in the middle of the road like so. Okay.
Not quite smooching distance, but it'll do.
The Azorius never smooch. It's against regulations.
What a sad,
okay.
lonely life.
All right, so you run over there. So you're still out there, Torgor. Okay, all right. So yeah, Winnegar, you fire your spell, and she grabs her arm, just sizzling of flesh. She staggers back, and then you dash behind the fence.
Yeah. He says, "Don't hurt me," and then he runs.
Okay, and Rourke. We get a shot of a reaction shot of Rourke's face as he watches, and he looks at you like confused, and for just a second, the camera spots that kind of like replicant like glow on his retinas, that blue flicker, as he watches, and he's just like, "Who are these people?"
Wait, he doesn't recognize me?
He does not seem to recognize you.
Is it like
Road-
that's my future husband flicker? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I must be stopped.
Do you want to run out and help, or do you want to stay where you are and watch, or?
Is there like, yeah, so we're not in the junkyard, but we're like outside of it?
Technically, you're both hiding, right?
Can I just hate that whenever it goes to Katie's turn, she gets asked that question, do you want to help? Do you want to?
Yeah, I mean,
Katie's the only
it
person that gets
also
asked that
applies to
question
Jack.
every time. Like, do you want to help? Do you want to do something? Like,
Even I don't get asked that question.
I know the characters in the game that I'm dungeon mastering. I know the appropriate questions to ask, right?
That's so ridiculous because I do such a large amount of helping. That's
well,
the point is that
But do you ever want to? That's the question.
The point is that I ask simply to give you the opportunity to complain about how you do all the work.
Thank you.
So technically, the two of you are both hiding already before combat started, and you have the pass without trace. So I need Tack and Road to both make stealth checks first, and then you can decide what to do.
Stealth check. Let's bloop.
32.
Wow.
Okay.
Did that not work? Oh.
You got it.
You got a 26.
26. Okay.
Yeah, but that's a garbage roll. Like, let's be honest.
Yes, you could do better. That was poor showing, but
Thank you.
it's still. Road, what do you want to do? You and your goblin companion are hiding in the shadows. Nobody knows you're here.
Yes, we're outside of the junkyard is where we are. We're not like in it yet.
The junkyard entrance is here, and then there's a whatever the Ravnican equivalent of a chain link fence is what Winnegar is hiding behind.
It could
Clearly
just be a
can
chain
see
link
you.
fence. You know, it could just be, we could just have that in Ravnica.
I guarantee that there are many times in the art briefs for Magic cards, it's like, it's this, but I don't know, make it Ravnica. Like, it's a rotary phone, but I don't know. The Is It made it, so put some
my
gears.
kid's got a soccer game. I don't have time to be discussing chain link fucking fences.
Just
Kevin,
draw
right
a
now.
fantasy chain link fence. You know what this looks like. I'm leaving.
Gotta stop by Home Depot.
The artist is like, please, Richard Garfield, stop yelling at me. So, Road, what would you like to do with your turn?
Is there anything for us to hide behind as we approach closer to?
Torgor is quite large.
Yeah. So, do you think that we could go around and find wherever that alley is that's in the middle?
Oh, like
Do you
this
think-
this one? Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It might take a minute, but you could go ostensibly like around this building.
I look at Tack like, you want to sneak around? Do you want to go around the side?
Can we kill him?
Can we not kill them?
Why would you even ask my opinion then if you don't want to hear it?
We rolled initiative. They have to die now. There's no going back.
I already got the stabbing spoon out. What, you want me to put it back?
What is it, a fucking Chris knife? Like it has to taste blood before I put it away. That's a spoon.
Cat's
Tack.
out of the bag.
Yeah, I guess I'll go. I don't want to hide behind Torgor. Torgor's about to get hit with a million things. I'm going to hold my action. Yeah. Can you hold a whole turn, or can you just hold?
Yeah,
action?
so you tell me what you want to do and what will trigger that thing, and then you use your reaction to do it. But you can't move and do the thing because they're two separate things. So you could move now, hold your action. You could hold the dash action to move when something happens, but you wouldn't be able to do anything else. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you have an ability that includes an attack at the end of a dash, which some people do. Yeah. That's how you could hold like a move and a hit, but otherwise, yeah, it's one or the other because they're two separate parts.
I'm just going to quietly try to head along the side of the building, hoping that Torgor is going to take most of the attention.
Okay.
And I'm going to hold my action. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm going to hold my action to just, if this ever happens, at one point that neither of the guards are looking at Rourke. And I'm going to hold the action.
Before you decide how you want to hold, I'm going to you have two options.
Yeah.
So you turn behind you to look, down the edge of this building, down this street that you're on, and you see the buildings on both sides. It's a little like alleyway. The main street is where they are. Little alleyway. You got two options. You can run down the alley looking for a left-hand turn so you can get around this building it'll probably be on the next block and then cut back through the alley this way. Or there's a fire escape on this building that leads to the roof. And the building's only like 2 stories tall.
Oh, that's fine. I'm going to do that then.
Yeah, that's
I'm
a
fast.
much more reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fast and
Or
quick,
whatever
so-
the Ravnican equivalent of a
Yes,
fire
that's
escape.
right. Sorry, you
Yeah.
see a fantasy fire escape.
Is this a neighborhood where people would typically want to escape fires? I don't know.
I mean,
Perhaps it's a fire spectation.
this is
Spectators bridge.
the difference. The main difference between the Izzet and the Rakdos is that the Izzet light fires by accident and the Rakdos light them on purpose. Except for pyrotechnicians, I guess. So, okay, can you make an acrobatics check for me, Rode?
I can. 15.
Okay, please describe to me in the most Michelle Pfeiffer from Batman Returns way you
I'm
can
ready.
how you ascend to the roof. Because like,
Know what that means.
Oh, okay. Totally Spies. Do it like Totally Spies.
Oh, I have a grappling hook.
Well, so this is the thing, yeah, like I'm giving you the opportunity. So does Rode, because Rode is dressed like a legal assistant, but inside
my
that
God.
legal assistant, we know there's a badass ninja. And I wanted to give you the opportunity to describe Rode being a badass ninja. So how do you do you just do a backflip up onto the fire escape? Do you like run up the wall? Like what does this look like?
I first very calmly take off my nice blazer and fold it and drape it over the side of the fire escape. And then
Donna Karen
then
approved.
Then it's like oh my gosh, what happens? She just, you can just sort of, I hook my leg. Yeah. Wow. Hold on. Now I'm trying to think of spy movies.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of those things where it's like a sideways cartwheel up the thing.
Yeah.
It's parkour, baby.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So
Parkour,
that's
baby.
kind of what I wanted to figure was like, what is the, like, if I'm imagining what if I were animating the scene, what would I use as a reference, right? Like gymnastics, parkour, right? Special forces. But I like the parkour where you get an idea of the things you can like jump off of and like where to hit the various points. And then once you've got the plan in your head, you execute and you just like run, jump off of one of the like dumpsters, kind of do like a side twirl and land on the balcony and then, just run up the stairs. And so Rode just disappears up the wall and away, which unfortunately makes your 26 stealth become a 16 because Rode gets too far away in the bubble of stealth. and she just disappears into the shadows. Cool. All right, so Road, you're gonna need to use your whole turn to like climb up there, but at the end of your turn, you pull yourself up over onto the roof. The roof is mostly flat. There is a door that leads down into whatever this building is, right? One of those little like roof doors. There are is it neighborhood? There are probably like random like weather detection boxes and like various other kind of like sensors up here on top. And then there's a lawn chair. Next to it, there is a coffee can full of cigarette butts. There's puddles of rain all over the roof. Yeah, and so you can run to the other end on your turn. But meanwhile, as you so astutely pointed out, Torgor is about to have a bunch of shit thrown at him. And I think that the seeing that there is one combatant here and that this guy is brave, he is going to, instead of getting his heavy crossbow up, he reaches behind him and draws a great sword. It's a big minotaur fighting sword. And it has the hilt is the triangle in the circle of the Azorius Senate. And as he draws it, it starts to glow. Runes start glowing up the blade. And anyone with any familiarity with the Azorius, you'd recognize that it is a subsection of the Azorius Penal Code regarding like the appropriate use of lethal force. So it's the part of the code that says when the Azorius are allowed to use lethal force, and he draws it, and those runes start to glow, and he gives you a look, Torgor, like, let's do this, and then he runs at you and starts swinging the sword. So he's gonna get 2 attacks on Torgor. So he comes running up to you, and he swings the sword at you. And the first swing is a 22.
That'll hit.
Okay, and you take 10 slashing damage from the first swing, and then he gets a second one on the back swing. Big heavy sword swings out, and then back swing he misses. You jump back and parry the blow, and he snarls at you. And looking at you, are you dressed in a way that he'd be able to tell you're Rakdos?
I would say yes, like immediately, because we're just coming from the house in the shell for sure.
Right, because you came from work to the host to here. So
Still in the tan leather outfit. Yeah.
He snarls at you, and only loud enough for you to hear, and he says, "Come on, Rakdos, fight back. I dare you."
Oh my god.
And then Tak, it's your turn.
So this is what's going through Tak's mind for the most part. One of the big reasons why Tak didn't trust Winnegar and refused to help Winnegar is because Winnegar was good aligned. And Tak doesn't know what alignment shifts are, but there's something different about Winnegar that
you guy.
Yeah, that it's like it's less. I don't know if it's been like the last few weeks or whatever, but like Tak has like sensed that there is like a change in Winnegar that is less like, oh, we can't hurt people. And that makes Tak more likely, just mechanics wise, to assist Winnegar when Winnegar is in danger.
Like a track
because
okay.
Yeah, because Tak doesn't respect people who are good aligned and never will. And is really just looking for an opportune excuse and moment to murder them. So if anybody was wondering why Tak wanted to go for pizza, that is why. And that's also why Tak is not going to do what they would normally do, which is like, bye guys.
Yeah, right. This is an appropriate moment for Tak to peace out. But
yeah, but Tak's kind of like, I don't know. I kind of feeling this like new group. I don't know what it is about them, but they just kind of feel like, this seems kind of like a bad thing. It feels like we're doing a bad thing together. And I like that. Like, how often do we get to kill cops together? Almost never. In its
own like kind of like fucked up way that is sort of heartwarming. That like, hey, you like a thing I like now. You're evil too. Let's do bad things together.
When was the last time we like work together to kill cops? Like never. This is awesome. Yeah. Because last time they killed cops to somebody, it was Torgor, and then they were best friends for like 10 minutes.
I remember that.
Great. Anyway,
brief 10 minutes.
I would like to kill a cop.
Okay.
Oh my God! There were people around.
They scattered. They scattered.
They're fine.
Oh my
Would you?
gosh.
How would you like to murder
The
this
most
officer
important
of the law?
person that's no longer around is my immediate supervisor, and that's Road. So
You got some new tricks now too, though. Hey, you want to try,
I
some
sure
of those?
do.
Want to try some of those out?
I wanna.
Mhm.
I don't think that Tack understands that these are sort of like spells.
Yes. Yeah, they're just things that you can do. Like,
Yeah.
like how you tried really hard for a long time to climb all the way to the top of the thing your mom told you not to climb when you were a baby, and then you finally did it. It's the same thing. You're like, I can do this
and
now.
now I can like totally finally do that.
Okay. So yeah, what do you want to do?
I would like to use a bonus action.
Mhm.
How far is this closest beefy boy?
This guy, like 20 feet.
20 feet, good. I'd like to use a bonus action and cast Hexblade's Curse, or use Hexblade's Curse.
On that guy? Okay.
Yeah, cursed for a minute. It's essentially like Hunter's Mark.
Yeah. Is there a visual effect, or does he just feel a little weird? Like, do we see Tack go like, I'm gonna get you? Or is this again like I'm interested in, like, it seems to me like Tack's paradigm is mostly internal, so maybe we don't see anything.
I think it doesn't really say that there are like
no, it's totally up to you.
Physical or verbal or anything.
Nope.
Let me look just real quick. Ends of blah blah blah. Bonus to damage rolls against cursed target. Bonus equals your proficiency bonus, which is +4. Any attack roll you make against cursed target is a critical on a roll of 19 or 20.
Mm-hmm.
If they die, I regain hit points equal to the warlock level. Minimum of 1 hit point. That's good because that would be negative.
Yes. Okay.
You
so
again until you.
Yeah, I think it's up to you, like whether there's a visual effect.
So Tack is definitely like, as this person whiffs on the downswing of that greatsword around Torgor, Tack like pokes their head around, but he's like, ready, and like definitely like just like flips this dude off and like takes a running leap for them.
Okay. All right. I would like to say you're no longer hidden.
Yeah,
so
100%.
You come running out of the shadows, and then you just want to throw yourself at the guy.
Yeah, I want to take, and I want to do the typical move that I've done at least 2 times with Torgor, where I run up Torgor's back and jump off of his back to stab this dude.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So you scramble up Torgor and then launch off of his shoulder, flying at the guy. And actually, there's some nice synergy between Hexblade's Curse and sneak attack, because your crit range is expanded. So if you crit, you double your sneak attack dice as well.
So I like to do that with my dagger.
Oof.
Cool.
A 10.
That's rough. Hey, but
the big old 10.
Okay, but what if? Do I get advantage because it's?
Because you are stealth?
No, so to cast a spell.
Oh, I don't have advantage.
Or to use that ability like that. And then you came running directly at him in an open street. So
it doesn't work.
Yeah.
No.
So you throw yourself at him and lunge with the dagger. It would have got him too, but like the thing about these Azorius is, if you look at all of the art for them, they all have like massive armor. They have like World of Warcraft armor. So he has, you want to stab him in the neck, but he's got these neck guards that come up to his ears, and like there's no place you can find to like stick the knife. So you probably stab him like 8 or 10 times really quickly, but can't find anywhere to get in. The shell is too thick.
I guess I just bounce off of his shoulder and would like to use that last 10 movement to land behind him.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah. So you do a little somersault over him and land behind him. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Meant to do it.
Excellent. All right, Torgor, it is your turn. You've just been struck by this Azorius greatsword. What do you want to do?
So I was trying to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter,
but
I think the cut like moves me in a certain way. And now I would say I have a drop of blood, so I would like to cast Bane. It is a concentration spell, and up to 3 creatures of my choice that I can see within range must make charisma saving throws.
Right,
if they fail that.
It's the opposite of bless, right?
Yeah, the opposite of bless. And so I want to cast it on these 2 individuals while like strumming a little chord that I think turns into like a messed up version of Pop Goes the Weasel that's just playing on loop in their head.
Oh no!
So like that's constant. That's like what's making them.
So it's less Bane and it's more earworm.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if they can make this save. And it lasts. How long does it last?
So it's concentration or up to a minute.
Up to a minute. Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
it's 10 rounds. I will try to remember if you get hit to remind you to make things. But let's see. So it's a charisma save. What's the DC?
See, I guess it would be my DC, right?
Yeah, it's whatever your normal spell DC is.
14.
14. Okay. So the law mage gets it, and unfortunately, so does the knight. Oh, that sucks. Okay. So their mental discipline shields them from this terrible earworm. Cool. And they're able to shake off your magic. Do you have anything you want to do on a bonus action, or do you want to move?
I'm gonna just bonus action like evade. So just get ready to like dodge attacks that might come at me. Is that a thing?
If you want to take the dodge action, it's a full action unless you are a
full
rogue.
Action.
Yeah,
I see.
So road and tack can take them as bonus actions, but I think you just gotta hang out unless you have an ability that triggers a bonus action.
You know what I do? I switch to my maul and I wait.
Yeah, right. Try not to get stabbed to death.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the law mage.
Or wait, can
do you
I
have something else to do?
Inspiration as a bonus action?
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure
Pretty sure
it's
it
a
is.
bonus. Yeah.
You use a bonus action.
Oh,
Cool.
okay. Yep.
And I would love to like play something quick on the loot and give bardic inspiration to Winnegar from around the corner.
Okay. What does inspiration from a Rakdos bard sound like or feel like? Like what is how does that work?
I think what it comes out as is like, once again, it's because the music is magical, there's no sound for anyone else except for the intended target.
Yeah. And
so what they hear is their power ballad. Like what would be like the 3 chords that meant for them? That would be like,
yeah, right. It's like brown.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Cool.
Winnegar, what would it sound like in your head?
Jumper from Third Eye Blind.
Step back from that ledge, my friend. I would understand.
I mean, I'm just waiting for Torgor to strum somebody's pain with his fingers.
Oh my god, I love that song.
It's a really good song. Yeah.
It's so funny.
Is it
I really like how
is it Wyclef Jean in it who just shouts 1 time, 2 times, and that's
One
the whole
time.
and that's all he does in the
Sounds like the
whole
all he
song.
It sounds like the count in that though, right? Like it's like 1 time, 2 times.
I mean, I feel like if the Izzet League at large had a style of music assigned to them, it would definitely be really self-indulgent prog rock. But Winnegar is not your usual Izzet scientist, right? So yeah. Okay, cool. So Winnegar, you have Bardic Inspiration, which will give you what is it, a D6 at level 1, I think, to roll when you make an attack roll or you need to do something. Okay, so the Law Mage, she is going to cast a spell because that's what she does. Can you, let's see, attack? She's gonna try to negate your presence here. Can you make I think it's a wisdom save, but I'm gonna double check.
When you say negate my presence, I swear to God, if I get plane shifted.
I actually plane shift doesn't work. It's not a spell that Ravnica can, like no magic universe spellcaster can learn it.
Oh, right.
It's purely the domain of Planeswalkers. Okay, so let's see. Does she have
you say a wisdom?
She's gonna cast it at 4th level. So she can target. Okay, she can target 2. Torgor and Tack, both of you make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Hate it.
Yeah, Torgor and Tack both.
Oh my god. Okay,
here we go.
3.
Oh boy!
Torgor got him.
Oh buddy! Oh buddy!
Okay.
Oh.
So you both
Let's just kill some cops, everybody. It'll be fun. We'll all bond.
you both get magically she casts Hold Person on you.
Oh.
And lines of blue and white mana stream out from the end of her wand, wrap themselves around you and paralyze you in place. So,
I talk.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You're paralyzed.
Because I'm about to be like, whoa, things just got sexy. Joke's on you. Now I'm scared and horny.
I mean, that sounds great. I'm into it. So you are incapacitated. Oh, no, you cannot move or speak. You are paralyzed and
I
incapacitated.
think it loudly.
Okay.
Darn.
I mean, she can tell. She can tell you're like a little turned on and she's weirded
Can
out
I
by it.
wink?
No, that is moving your eyelids. So.
I would like to stare super hard. Like there's an obvious attempt to wink.
Yeah, right. We can see you struggling, but it doesn't work. Okay. And then so for hold person, what will free you from it? You'll get another saving throw at the end of your turn. Another wisdom saving throw. Otherwise, that's it. She just as long as she's concentrating on holding person. So you
I'm
could try
very
to interrupt.
excited to fail this.
You could try to interrupt her concentration.
Is it concentration?
It is,
Okay.
yes. Yeah. And now that everybody except Road in the party is a spellcaster of some kind, it's a thing that you. Oh, that it occurs to me. So make sure do this between episodes. Make sure both Tack and Torgor that you check your guild spell list because the guild spells automatically get added to your list no matter what kind of spellcaster you are. So
Okay.
the Golgari have a spell list and the Dimir have a spell list. You can. I think you were technically Dimir. So Torgor, you'll look at that. It should be just in the compendium, but yeah, I'm gonna make a note to check that because you have an expanded spell list because of this setting. Okay, so she hold persons you, and and that's her action. I think she's gonna back up a little bit. Back up for cover.
Oh no.
So she kind of like goes back around here. Okay, so
Is she taking Rourke with her?
no, Rourke is just here, just like.
Oh, perfect.
He's handcuffed.
Yeah, okay.
Let me put here's Rourke. He's on his knees. He's like falling to his knees. He's got his hands tied behind his back.
Okay.
Winnegar, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
Do I see this? Do I see them?
Yeah, I assume you can kind of peer around the corner.
Okay. Whew. Wait. So where she went around the corner? Or
Yes. Yeah. She ducked around the corner. So she froze them in place and then ducked around the corner so that nobody would like shoot her with rays of magical fire.
Yeah. So this is hard because how long would it take me to run to her side?
Like all the way over to her?
Yeah, if I go around.
I think we established like around the whole junkyard.
Yeah. Way too long?
Like at a fast jog, like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's way too long.
Yeah, it'd be like 50 rounds.
Yeah.
A lot. You just, I'm coming, guys.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Could you cast a spell through the links?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a like a hard barrier. It is a fantasy chain link fence.
Oh,
so
can I see her
it's made
on
out
the
of
other side?
mithril. So you can sort of see like a shape over here. I might like it depends on the spell. If it's a sight spell, I'll make you make a perception check first to see if you can get line of sight on her. If it's an attack roll spell, she just has a +5 to her armor class because she's obscured.
Okay, yeah, I want to cast Fireball.
Right, which is it's fine.
Yeah.
She'll have some minor cover. Where do you want to center the fireball? Where do you want it to go off?
Oh yeah, that's good question because
Yeah.
we're kind of there's another street on the other side of there.
Yeah, if the fireball needs to travel in a straight line to its point of explosion, I believe, though that might be just me being old and thinking about an earlier version of this game. Let me double check. But you could erupt. It could be above her and blast down. Flashes from your pointing finger to a point you choose within range, then blossoms with a low roar. It's a 20-foot radius sphere, but you can ignite it. So the problem is she has cover between. You can't launch it right at her because it'll hit something first. She has cover between you, but there's no cover between the open sky above her and down. So if you throw the fireball up, it'll blow down on top of her.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it'll hit the fence, it'll hit the junkyard, part of the junkyard, it'll hit like the side of a building over here. But do you care about collateral damage?
It's Rourke's.
Well, is Rourke next to her? I thought Rourke is still in the center, right?
No, I'm not talking about Rourke. I'm just saying like you're throwing a fireball into an area you cannot see the entirety of, right? Like it's like throwing a grenade into a room and you're like, I know there's a bad guy in the room. And you're like, what else is in the room? Is there anybody else in there? Who knows?
How like incredibly flammable do you feel like an Is It junkyard is?
It's mostly metal, right? So that's like not that flammable.
Well, it's metal and chemicals and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's an Is It junkyard, so it's by its nature unstable. But I mean, you're also an Is It spellcaster, so like, fuck it, right?
Yeah. Well, my thing is just like, okay, well, we just went out. The plan was to sneak in, and then it was to intimidate and sneak in.
Now it's just
and
chaos.
Then we're fighting, and then the person that was supposed to be sneaking is also fighting. And it's just like, what's happening? Like, you know. So his hope is like basically like blow up this woman's spot, and then we run away because like that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to run away. So it's just like, oh no, now they're frozen. I think he would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
I guess not that concerned. I guess.
She fired over there. The fireball erupts, blasting out of the area, dealing potentially 31 damage. She, as I mentioned, she doesn't have any cover, so she's just got to make the save as is. It's interesting. She's a law mage. She's an Azuria spellcaster, but she doesn't have counterspell.
Oh.
Which I guess is
thank goodness.
Yeah, right. I checked. That was the first thing I checked with Aghanazar Sculpture. I was like, does she have counterspell? But she's not that kind of mage, I guess. So let's make the save. Dexterity save, DC 13. She only got a +1. She gets a 4, so she takes the full 31 damage.
Oh wow.
So you don't actually see this happen, right? Because you fire the fireball into the sky. You hear her scream. And she gets lit on fire. She needs to make a Constitution saving throw to maintain hold person, and it's either DC 10 or half the damage.
Oh, she didn't die from getting.
No, she's still alive.
She didn't die from getting 31 points of fire damage.
Yeah,
to the
she's
face.
okay. But she still makes the save. It's a DC 15 Constitution save now, because that's half the damage run down. So here you go. Let's see if you are still held. This is a big deal. You are not. You are free. So the reason that this really matters is that if the knight got to go and you were still held, any hit is a automatic crit on you, right? Because you're incapacitated. So yeah, Torgor, you and Tech, you hear the fireball go off. Everyone around sees it. We probably cut to like a crane shot of the neighborhood, and it's all dark and gloomy. And then all of a sudden, this like, and we see the fireball like erupt. And then you feel the bonds that are holding you in place. You feel them snap, and suddenly you can move your body again. Winiger, you can still move if you want and perform a bonus action.
God, how hard would it be for me to hop this fence?
It would be an athletics check for you to climb this fence.
I still want to get into.
Yeah. I mean, you can try to jump the fence.
And chances are they're going to be looking for me outside of the junkyard. So yeah, I'm gonna try to hop this fence. And get in there. Can
you just real quick for no reason at all? Can you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Oh god damn it.
Okay.
It's a 12.
So it occurs to you that you turn to the fence and you're like, okay, I'm going to climb this fence. You remember months and months ago, before all of this chaos started, you helped Rourke install a battery that would charge the fence with electrical impulse. So you're about to grab it. And you're like, whoop, nope, wait, electric fence. Don't do that.
Okay.
But yeah, and so you, and if you pause a minute, you can hear the faint like hum and the little like crackles as raindrops hit it and get zapped.
Oh, okay. Then I just want to be like, scatter, and then start running.
Okay,
Start
where
running
do you
away.
run
Where?
to?
The same direction I was running before. So I guess kind of along the side of the
That way? Okay, all right.
yeah along the side of the
Okay, all right. So Winnegar goes off screen. Winnegar runs off map.
Ravnica is flat
along the fence. All right, Road, you are up on the roof. So we cut to the top of this roof. We see you pull yourself up, do a little badass handspring or something, and now you're up top. What are you gonna do?
I like I watched the explosion happen. And I'm like, good. Winnegar's made some cover. This is really Winnegar's running away. I was like, why did we do this if you're just gonna? I guess I'll save your friend then. Road just jumps off the roof.
Woo! Okay.
She just does like a cool little like a front flip off the roof, lands in front of Rourke.
Tech was just like, what was the point? Why didn't you just come out when I came out?
Because this looks cool.
Honestly, Tack really appreciates the hustle here. I mean, you do what you do, you know, in your own time.
If I know anything about people who practice parkour, it's that they never take the direct route anywhere.
Yeah,
You
for sure.
have to go over and around everything. That's part of the practice. Okay, all right.
Yeah, but I land right in front of Rourke. I'd like to. Are they like handcuffs, or are they something that I could?
Do you
cut
have
through?
an ability that mitigates falling damage?
Yeah, I do. The first 35 points of it.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, you just run, leap off the thing, and land here graceful and unharmed. I don't. Are you still? I mean, there's enough chaos going on that I think that you might still be able to be stealthy. So you land next to Rourke, and Rourke looks at you because you're next to him, right? So, and he sees you at first as a distinct blur falling towards him, and so he flinches like, "Oh God, what's happening?" And then he enters your pass without trace bubble, and you become clear, right? We see that as the bubble envelops him, he becomes hazy. Everybody now sees this kind of like foggy like circle. You know what it is because you've seen Road do this lots of times. But Rourke becomes blurry and indistinct, and he looks up at you, and he just shakes his head like, "What? What's going on? I didn't even do anything. These guys came and they grabbed me and they said I was under arrest, and
I know. That's why we're getting out of. We're gonna get you out safe. Okay,
What?
we're gonna get you out safe.
What
And
in the
I'm
fuck is
pulling
a
him
future
toward the
crime?
alley.
I don't understand."
Oh shit.
And
Stop.
when he says that, we hear, and I'm just gonna use this fun little because I don't have a proper token. I should cut one for the ornithopters though. I'll just use this fun little robot. It's a much cuter version of the ornithopter. It comes buzzing kind of around the corner over here. One of them is like, this one's badly burned, but it's still like functioning. The other one was blown up by the fireball, but this one comes around the corner, sort of initiating search protocol and starts like bzz, bzz, like scanning the road, but it hasn't seen you yet. Rourke is confused. You run, you drop, you land. You still have an action. So what do you want to do, Road?
My action is pulling him into this alleyway. I want
So you
him
want to take the dash action and
yeah, I'd like him to run away with me now.
okay. All right. So you grab him and pull him to his feet, and he's like, "What? Where are we going? Who the hell are you? What's happening? God, I shouldn't have gotten out of bed this morning."
Why am I blurry and indistinct?
Yeah, exactly. He's just going through a list of things he doesn't understand. He's like, why am I all blurry? Why'd they try to arrest me? How do economics work? What's the electoral college?
Me every day, bud.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Just if you're confused, just shout the things that confuse you. So yeah, you drag him back, and the ornithopter makes a couple of like analytical R2D2 chirping sounds, and we'll decide. I'm gonna roll initiative for it, just so it decides when to go look for you and all that. So ornithopter, okay, and I will just set the ornithopter as right after the law mage. She's the one in charge of them. Okay, all right. So cool. So you've used your turn. You drag Rourke into the alley. And now we cut back to this big boy, and he sees you. He sees the spell like break, and he probably mutters like, doesn't matter, and then swings his sword at you. Let's see if he can hit. Here we go. Great sword. A 14 is a miss. Okay.
Yes.
So you parry and dodge, and I think in this case, like you have a maul, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's more like he's got this big sword, and if you were to put the handle of the maul up to block, he might cut right through it. So it's mostly just like trying to not have your body where his weapon is. So the first swing comes down, smashes into the ground, the pavement flies up in the air, and then he spins and tries to cut you again. And he gets a 14 again, and you you dodge. Nice, good work. Okay,
do a whole Trinity backflip, like break my back moment. Yeah.
So Tack, this guy doesn't really seem to be paying a ton of attention to you. Like if you take the hide action now, he won't notice. But yeah, he's focused on Torgor. He seems to have some kind of, I was gonna say he has a beef with Torgor, but I feel like that's an insensitive thing to say.
Sure is.
Problem with Torgor.
Usually, like, Tack has not been like hurt at all during the fight, so there's no reason to flee what would be an obviously superior opponent. And so in Tack's mind, Tack has no idea if Wandy McWand-Wanderson is dead or not.
I like it. It's like her name is Wendy, but everyone calls her Wand.
Yeah, she's Wandy in the notes too, by the way.
Nice,
so
good.
Thank you for that, Carlos. Has no idea if she's dead. Is going to assume that she is because dumb as a box of rocks.
Well, and also, like, fireballs usually kill people, so.
Yeah. So what Tack is seeing in this instance is the opportunity for two people to dirty fight and gang up on a cop.
Oh, yeah. Like, you and Torgor can take this guy apart.
So, yeah, Tack's gonna take that opportunity because it's the most in keeping with what Tack does. I'm trying to play more to my alignment nowadays,
So if
Tack's gonna go
want, like rules wise, if you can make, and this is gonna be easy for you, if you can make a stealth check.
Yeah. So I think
if you want to hide first and you take a stealth check with like a DC of 10, but you got to roll with disadvantage. If you can get that, and it's nearly impossible for you not to, you'll have advantage on the attack, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna nimble escape to hide as a bonus action, and then hopefully.
Oh yeah, no problem. Even
18.
with disadvantage,
okay.
14. So he loses track of you. It's not that he can't see you, it's just that he's focused on Torgor and assumes that you're not an issue or whatever. And so you're behind him. And now you have the time to kind of like gauge where his armor is weak and find a good place to stick the knife.
Tack is just like shadow boxing in his footsteps to try and like, hey buddy, and then take a real good, try to like get an Achilles heel or something like that.
Yeah. So make
I know
your
where the
attack.
fastenings
you
for
have
plate
advantage
armor
for
is.
it. So 25. Yep, you got it. Yeah, you hit him, no problem.
Nom. I want to get that tasty damage and that tasty
Oh, that was so close to a crit
damage
too. You rolled,
I know.
You rolled an 18.
And get my sneak attack.
Okay.
What is
6 piercing?
Sneak attack is 46 now. So slash roll 4d6.
Yeah, it's really interesting watching the way that the various classes deal damage. Where like a fighter has a lot of attacks and will slowly whittle you down, whereas a rogue is just like poke, and then you take a shit ton of damage all at once.
Yeah. So what Tack's gonna do is when, like, while watching the footwork while hiding, Tack is gonna like slice the Sunday spoon into the Achilles heel and then drag it up the back of the calf.
Yeah, and so he lets out a scream of anger and surprise and frustration, and turns, like wheels around, seeing you, realizing that you are still a problem and are worth dealing with.
Yeah. I'd like to take my movement action to remain behind him.
Yeah, right. And so you're dancing around him and he's like spinning, and and this is exactly how, like, this is the way that Torgor and Tack fight a single foe together, is that Tack just annoys the shit out of them by hitting them in vital points, and then Torgor just crushes them with it.
Wait, what else do I get?
Don't you get something for hitting them?
It says I get a bonus. Oh, I get a proficiency bonus. So I +4.
Another 4 damage from the hex.
Yeah.
And that's necrotic damage, right? Instead of piercing. I think it is.
It says you gain a bonus to damage rolls against the cursed target. The bonus
so
equals
does
your
it just-
proficiency bonus. So I think it's piercing, whatever my damage
boosts
is.
the piercing damage. Okay.
Yeah, so instead of 18 plus 6, it's 18 plus 6 plus
It's
4.
confusing because the
20.
other warlock ability called Hex does
Yeah.
necrotic.
Yeah.
It's cool. Good. All right. So it just makes the hit strike harder. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, Torgor, it's your turn.
Torgor is still learning his magic and realizes, you know what always works? Not always, but my hammer. And is going to use a bonus action to Fighting Spirit to gain him. How many temporary hit points? I believe it's 10. No, 5 temporary hit points. And then I'm going to get advantage on my attacks. And I'm going to attack twice because I now have an extra attack.
Nice. Yeah, lest we forget that Torgor is not merely a fighter bard. He is a samurai bard.
Yeah.
And you just crit. You got a 29.
Oh my
okay.
gosh.
So you know what? The thing is, that second swing, that 12, that's a miss, but it's probably not going to matter.
Technically,
you have
that second
advantage.
swing
That's right.
Also has advantage. Yeah.
That's right. Okay, well, deal the damage on the first one. Let's see if the second one matters.
I'm going to go ahead and take credit for this. Thanks.
That's 25.
He's dead.
Okay.
You killed him with 1 hit point to spare. So what does that look like? Like he turns around because Tex stabs him in the leg, and he turns around with his sword like, you little fucker, like going to kill him, and he turns his back to you, and then you finish him
He turns
off.
back and sees the full windup.
Oh
and
no!
You just see like the head like crack in the helmet. He falls over, and Torgor just looks over. It's like, oh, I thought we were supposed to fight.
Yeah. He like falls down and like Tack's like covered in blood like Gallagher. He's just like, nice.
And then do I
line.
look up and see the law mage?
No, you
Around the
can't.
corner?
I mean, you see the fence, and you see like a big pile of burning garbage, and like I think you saw her run around the corner, but you don't know where she is. But you could run in that direction if you want.
Yeah, I think I'll just use my move action to get as close there as I can. How far do you think that'd be? Be like,
I'll put you like there.
Yeah. Oh,
you can run. You can run far enough. Just run past the ornithopter. The ornithopter makes an annoyed sound as you go by. It kind of buzzes and hums at you. But it's locked onto another target, so it's gonna go and do that. But it is the law mage's turn. When you come around the fence, she's like very badly burned. And she's clutching her like Azorius like badge, and you hear her saying like, I have an arrestor down. This is Law Mage 64522A. I need backup. And she's like trying to fall back, and then she sees you come around the corner. And she's like, oh fuck, and she's gonna try to cast a spell to stop you from murdering her, and then she's gonna run for it probably. So
she doesn't. I might do non-lethal damage on this one. Who knows?
I have to be very. I have to be honest, I was not paying attention to the beginning of the fight, so I kind of feel like they started it. I don't think it's our fault.
I don't think
I
that'll
was
hold
just
up
trying
in
to
court.
make somebody laugh.
Yeah,
I'm
that
sorry.
was the start
I'm
of it.
sorry,
Yeah.
Your Honor. I don't remember the beginning of this altercation, but I'm pretty sure the cops started it. Also, the cops started it is a watertight legal defense that always works. So.
Absolutely.
So it worked the first time. She's gonna try to hold person you again. So she points the wand and she's just like, freeze, and points it at you. Swirling mana flies out from the head. Make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Another big old wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Come on, big money, big money, big money. 17.
So it doesn't work. You just shrug it off. You're just like, pfft. So the magic hits you. You just shake it off, and she gets a panicked look on her face. Like, you can see her have the revelation of like, oh no, this is it. This is the end of your story. 65522A. Like, you're toast.
Oh.
So she looks up at you, and this is the moment where, like, on her next turn, we get to learn whether she is going to beg for her life or run or fight. But that's her turn for now. I think she tries to back away and backs into a pile of junk and just like stops and is holding the wand, pointing it at you. The ornithopter, because it has no capacity for harming you, can't do anything. It's just gonna go and head off this way to search for Rourke. Now, as it does, it's moving out of your threat range. If you'd like to use your reaction to try to baseball this thing out of the sky, Torgor, you can take a swing at it.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. Yeah. So just make another sledgehammer attack.
Yeah, just swing that sledgehammer one more time.
That's probably the only weapon that has enough reach to hit it, depending on how high up it is.
Yeah, it's flying at like just above head level.
These are good rolls.
Hey, 25, nice. Yes, you definitely hit it. And it's got a high AC, so yeah, it blows up. You kill it. You just take a swing at it, and it just smash, like hitting a mailbox with a baseball bat. And it just blows up, and chunks of crystal and silver kind of fly out and scatter all over the floor.
I don't even look at it. I just like reach out. It's still making direct eye contact with this law mage. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So you've just added damaging Azorius property to your list of crimes. So
Perfect.
yeah, so the thing blows up,
guild renown.
and somewhere deep in the halls of New Prav, a monitor goes black. So that's them. There's no more hold person. Winnegar, you wanna keep running around the?
Yeah, I guess I'm running around the thing.
Just giving her. All right. I mean, the fight is very nearly over because we basically just have to wait to see what the law mage does if she surrenders. She also called for backup, so you know. Okay. All right. So Torgor, Winnegar, you're running for it. I don't have any specific ideas about Rourke's junkyard. Rourke is a character you made, and I want to kind of let you decide things. So if Winnegar knows about like a secret entrance or like anything like that, you helped Rourke secure his defenses, right? So you would know all of that stuff. So if you have like an idea of something you're looking for that doesn't involve running all the way around, you let me know, and we can work.
Yeah, I think there would be. So if this is the entrance, how I picture it in my head, it's like the entrance, and you're driving past all the junk on the right, left and right, and in the back there is like. That's the office. It's probably like a tractor trailer that's hollowed out.
Yes. Yeah. He lives and works here. And then, his office is back there. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. And I think there's a way to get in from that side, from like,
side. Cool. Okay. Like a back gate or something. I love the idea of a defunct Is It League Airstream trailer though. Like that's very cool. That idea of like, he lives in this like rusted, it used to be this beautiful like chrome thing, but he bought it third hand or somebody junked it, and now he lives in this like rusted out old like trailer. Yeah, that's cool.
I love that.
Cool. All right, so Road, speaking of Rourke, you're dragging him into the hall, and he's just like, wow, what's going on? And you hear the sound of the ornithopter getting exploded. And what do you want to do? You want to keep dragging him?
Yeah, I'm get this man back to the host in the shell.
So you're
the other adults. We're leaving.
Right. Exit stage Rourke. Okay. Yeah. So I think at this point, there's nobody actively like searching for you. So you just drag him away. Okay. All right, cool. He doesn't resist really because it's just like frying pan fire situation, but you don't seem like a cop. So, okay.
Just by being dressed as one. It's fine.
Well, you took your blazer off, right?
That's true. The blazer came off. Yeah, I guess I lose a blazer today, unless Tack remembers to grab it for me.
Man, I hope you don't have like a wallet or something in there.
My assumption was that you put it in like a shoulder bag or something, that you didn't just leave it laying on the street.
It's fine.
I take my jacket off.
Tack just comes back. Tack comes back wearing the blazer like your small child.
Please.
Look at this cool blazer I found. All right. Yeah, Road's like, that's my blazer. And Tack's like, no, it belongs to Donna Karen. It's mine now. So, again, speaking of Tack, you and Torgor have just dissected this guy. What do you want to do?
I've had a delightful time. I would like to thank everybody for being here. I want to take this guy's stuff.
Okay, so you start like looting the.
I mean, like, honestly, everybody's either dead or dead to me, so it's fine.
Okay.
I have nothing else going on.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. So on him, obviously, he has his big, maybe magical big Azorius chopping sword.
Nice.
Which is laying there glowing faintly. It's like 3 times taller than you. He has obviously his armor. He has a pouch with some walking around money in it. So let's see how much that is.
What kind of armor is he wearing?
Plate armor.
Ugh, plate. That's heavy. Never mind.
So you find 10 Xenos in his
10 Xenos. What? I love money.
Yep. So you find that. And then I think because he's technically the arresting officer, he has in his bag, like he's got a shoulder bag or something. In there, you find a sheaf of papers that are stamped with the Azorius sigil. They're stamped with Dovin Band's like departmental seal of like that column. And they appear to be, and you're not, I mean, you can read, but I don't think you understand legalese. I think, listen, I know your mom well enough that it would embarrass her if you couldn't.
Yeah. I have a 12 intelligence. Yeah. There's no reason I shouldn't read.
The only reason you couldn't read is if you actively tried not to learn. If you're like, no, Mom, I hate letters.
No, Tack. I think Tack does the reading gag, but I think Tack can read.
Can you make an investigation check for me?
I would love to.
Thank you.
Boop. I got an 8.
Okay. Yeah, it's all legal jargon.
What the fuck is this?
The only thing that I think stands out is the title, because it's like the biggest letters. And it's how would they phrase this? It would be like it's a letter, a warrant for the arrest for crimes not yet committed. And it's like a piece of it's a document coming from the precognition department.
Would it be like a report, like a minor report?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do we all need to grab some umbrellas? Is it going to rain? Anyway.
It's always raining all the time.
It's actually a really good scene in that movie, in an otherwise pretty mediocre movie.
I was gonna say, I think I remember that movie as being better than it actually is. Like, I think the effects are probably really dated, but I did like all the precog magic ball.
Tom Cruise is in a lot of like tell the future movies.
Yeah.
Please, Scientology, right? He loves like all that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Scientology.
Carlos, are you trying to get us killed?
Scientology is the nerd religion, so yeah, that totally makes sense.
The only one.
Will Smith is the new Tom Cruise, and I love Scientology. Yeah,
I also. Boy, that L. Ron Hubbard, what a great. I can't do this. So so Tack, you can take any and all of that for yourself. Torgor, now is the moment, right? So you see before you a functionally helpless Azorius law mage, right? She's attempted several times to freeze you in place. Your hammer is wet with the blood of her companion, and she's got nowhere to run. She's backed up to a pile of burning garbage. This is like a Rakdos dream, right? Like it's you she's at your mercy. What are you gonna do?
If evil.
So here's the thing. I think killing the other arrestor felt good.
Yeah, he was an asshole.
Wanted to but he wanted to be in the fight still and sort of like be present.
Right. He had an opportunity to surrender and he didn't take it.
He didn't take it.
That makes sense.
I think in this moment, Torgor, I'm just gonna do non-lethal damage. Just like take a swing at them.
I'm gonna try to knock her out. Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
the cool thing about lethal or non-lethal damage is you don't actually have to decide until I say like this would kill her. So go ahead. Yeah, you move up and she she doesn't like beg or anything. She points the wand at you, she's trembling, you rush forward, you swing your hammer. Go ahead and make your attack roll. I think a 15 hits. It does, yeah.
Nice. Good. I was like, should I have burned another fighting spirit? It would not have helped.
No, 15 is best. Okay, so roll damage.
12.
Okay, she is still fighting, still up and going. So you swing.
This is not a mercy.
Yeah, you swing at her. She dodges partly. Like, I mean, she's still combat trained despite being a mage. Yeah. So like she's trying to remember the like class that she took in the police academy of like how to fight an armed big foe who's bigger than you. She's trying to remember her judo training. So she turns the blow aside partly, but you can see you're wearing her down. You want to take another swing?
I'll use my second attack.
Yeah, do it. That is 18. Also a hit. Yep.
It's another consistent 12.
Okay, she's still fighting.
Oh my! She took 31 damage from a fireball.
She's got a lot of hit points.
24 plus 15. Wow. The other guy went down real fast comparatively.
Well, yeah, but that was also because Tack was putting a knife into. Yeah, no, that is true. You have action surge. You haven't used it yet. Yeah. If you'd like to use it, you can attack 2 more times.
Yes, absolutely. Because I'm gonna get a long rest after this. Let's do it.
the arrogance of Dungeons and Dragons characters. I'm
Yeah, I was
sure
like,
I'm gonna get
"Ooh,
along.
cool."
Oh, for sure.
Next session's gonna suck now.
So this
How
this
dare
swing,
you.
This swing is a miss. Your
Cool.
third attack is a miss. You got one more.
Gotcha. So many swings.
Punch her in the
So-
butt.
There you
There
go.
we go.
Yeah,
There it is.
21. Okay, roll damage.
Nice.
That so ignore the 7 because that would
just
be
the
if
10.
you got the crit. So you did 10. She's still up.
Jeez Louise, I'm just pummeling it like just go to sleep.
Just like,
You better knock her out before I get there.
She's still fighting.
Truly,
Okay.
I don't have any other moves. That was my turn.
That's it. Yeah. So let's see. How many spell slots does she have left? She's got
I'm coming
I
for
hope
her.
she kills you.
I
She's
love it.
earned it.
I'm coming for her.
Honestly,
she's
I'm the
gonna
bully
cast-
that needs to be taken
She
down.
deserves
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna cast self-destruct right now. So
That's how it works. Yeah, police officers, if if they're in danger, they just like look at their gauntlet and they're like, ha 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 ha, and they press some buttons and they blow up. No, damn, you're already hostile. Okay. She's gonna try to cast friends on you and be like, no, don't. I'm your friendly neighborhood police nerd.
I am 100% coming for her.
She's got one more try to hold person
Hold
you,
person.
so she's gonna do that. Yeah. So do one more wisdom save.
Whew. See, big money. It worked last time.
Points one at you. There you go. So
It's a critical fail.
so she gets you. She nails you with her last hold person, and then she runs past you because she has that, and then
Please run past me.
she's gonna run out. I think she sees you looting the body, right? And then she runs the other way and books it down the hall or down the street. And she's running, she's shoving people out of the way, right? She's holding her badge. She's like, Azoria Synod, get the fuck out of the way, and like shoving you and like looking back over her shoulder to see if she's being chased. So, Winnegar, I think
mad.
when we cut to you, you're at the back gate that nobody knows about. Do you have a key? Like, can you open this? I guess here's the question. Can you get in or is it locked? And then secondary to that, would Rourke have trusted you enough to be like, hey buddy, if there's ever trouble, here's a key to my place? Or third option, did you help him install this door and you're like, yeah, it's got a back door. Boop, beep, boop. And then it opens because you put in the secret Winnegar code. Like, what's the situation when you get there? You get to this back gate.
So I don't think he would have given me the key. I keep picturing that, like, I know where, like, in case of emergency, you can turn off the fence, like that type of thing. From the outside, like if you ever got locked out or if you ever needed to, put
It's
it down for
the
some
key
reason.
under the mat, right?
Yeah, like one of those types of things. So like I kind of like jump on this box and then another box, and like up on a pole there's like some wiring that I'm able to like pull down and like not pull down but like switch off basically.
Yeah. There's like a hidden kind of like box. Okay. Let's have you make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. Yes. 12 is absolutely sufficient. You climb up on the box and you find the switch and you pull it, and everyone within hearing range, which I guess is everybody except Road, you hear. Maybe you didn't really notice the fence was electrified before, but now that it's like when a fridge turns off, you're like, whoa, it's so quiet. So the baseline like hum turns off. And then Winnegar, you wanna just hop the fence, get inside?
Yeah, hop the fence, go over to his office.
Okay, yeah. So you hop over the fence. Cool. Road, you continue to head towards. So I think we can, basically, unless you want to chase them, the Law Mage gets away, which is why it's great that it's Tack's turn. Tack, you see this Azorius Law Mage running for it. There's like a trail of blood on the ground, and there's all these like people getting shoved out of the way, but you've got a nice clear like line of sight in her wake.
This is the problem, is that I've been playing tax alignment, which says you should not let a servant of good go free, and you should not give up an opportunity to put down someone who is weak. you also shouldn't help friends if it's not specifically to advance yourself. So like Tack is like, if Tack can see this law mage and like gets to, I'm going to say Tack, cunning action dashes to the end of this place and like is looking from frozen Torgor to this law mage with like the rapidly closing mob, is just like, fuck, and then goes to Torgor and like starts shaking and slapping on Torgor to like break this hold person instead.
Sure, yeah, that's fine. And I think in that case, then on your turn, Torgor, at the end of your turn, you got to make another Wisdom save.
How far is the range on hold person?
But you have advantage. It doesn't matter once she's casted on you, as long as she concentrates. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you can make the save at the end of your turn, but you have advantage because Tack is like, snap out of it, buddy.
All right, let's make that roll. Yeah.
Even with advantage, you are still
12.
Still held in place. So Tack is just slapping you in the face for no reason now. Just like,
and Tack doesn't know how hold person works either, and whether or not that will make you stop standing there. So they really think they're doing something, and they are not.
So at the end of your turn, then Torgor, that's the law mage gets away, right? She slips into the crowd. She disappears, and I think probably the general kind of like the area, this like block, everybody's like, we should all just leave. We should leave before these dangerous people do anything to us, or the Azorius come by and think it's our fault, or whatever. We maybe see one like Izzet scientist look like forlornly at all of the exciting alien technology parts on the ground, and it's like, no, I gotta go, and everybody kind of scatters. The area starts to clear out. So combat is over, which means that Torgor, the hold person spell, eventually you either make the save or she stops concentrating, and I'll
keep rolling. I'll be here. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you feel your body
seconds.
regain control. Yeah, eventually. And yeah, so Winnegar inside. Actually, you know what? Rather than continue this, we have, let's just reestablish where everybody is, and then we'll pick up there next time. So Torgor and Tack, you are out in the street. There's a dead cop. There's blood. There's 2 destroyed ornithopters. And then there's the fence and some burning garbage. Road, you can, if you just head there with Rourke, we could start with you at the host. Because I don't think they'll probably go looking for you. So maybe we'll get a roll for you to like evade the sensor network, right? To get them there safely. And then Winnegar, we end on you approaching Rourke's trailer to go in there and take a look around. I wonder what pre-crime Rourke was being arrested for. What was Rourke going to do? And that's sort of the fun thing about precognition in games like this, is that we can paint a picture of a potential future. Like if I'm like, yeah, Rourke was going to be arrested for joining the Gruul clans and burning down an Azorius building. Like, it's like, how did he get there? How did this happen? So
in Minority Report, doesn't it happen like that same day, right? Like they arrest you like the same day that it would have happened. So
yeah, it's like 8 hours.
Yeah,
in your world, Adam.
Yeah.
Does it actually happen? Like it will happen? Or are you saying like we can affect that in some way?
That's a great question. I'm going to need to figure out, like, I got to look into Azorius, because they have a like precognition department, right? There are precognitive mages whose job it is to figure out what's going to happen in Ravnica before it happens. But I don't think they've, up until now, this is a new thing. They haven't previously arrested people for things they haven't done. I believe prior to now, you have to commit a crime and then be arrested for it. But it's clear that even, a day or two after Dovin Ban has taken over, he's like, now we're going to begin arresting everyone for everything they could have done. In fact, I won't rest until all of Ravnica is in jail. So get out there, everybody.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, I'll figure
it's going to be
out.
For resisting arrest.
Jesus, that's
resisting and evading arrest.
That's some fucking time travel shit, right? Where you're like, what's my crime? Resisting arrest. But I didn't. But what crime are you trying to arrest me for? And it's like resisting arrest, but you're resisting, so that's the crime. And so like the cops cause the crime to happen by arresting them for the crime that. Oh man.
And because we tried to save him from it, we assisted him in evading arrest.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I wonder if like
maybe that's
this
the crime.
is why he's
You're right.
He's being arrested because we tried to save him. Well, we didn't even try to save him. We tried to go into his place.
But yeah, like because you got involved. And that's part of my brain is like, yeah, temporal causality is super fun. And the other part of me is like, no, it's horrible bullshit. Stay away from it.
Yeah, this is not manageable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. Exactly. So yeah, dealing with a rich pre-existing universe and all of its moving pieces, and then throw in time travel horse shit. I do not have the brain or the writer's room for this. So we'll see. I'll look into how it's supposed to work in Ravnica and
like, is time travel also involved in plane shifting? And
I think that there are, and Magic fans help me understand this. There are people, because Teferi is one of them, who have control over time. Teferi can rewind and move through time, but I'm not sure. I think that's just him. Like, I think he's special that way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Because like, how did Dovin Ban know that he was going to make that meeting that he scheduled with
Indeed
Jace Beleren? I'm just saying.
Indeed. So yeah, exactly. Mysteries upon mysteries. Well, we'll continue delving next time we play. So let's do some shout outs and we'll call it a day. Let's start with Katie May. Katie May, take it away. Hey there, Ryan.
Hi, I'm Katie May. You can find me at Twitter at OKKatieMay. If you want to see me do some DM shenanigans, you should be listening to Dungeons, Dice, and Everything Nice. It's real good. Many people who have converted from Jace Beleren to that show have enjoyed it quite a bit. And then if you're at C2E2, come watch us do a live C2E2 show on Saturday. But besides that, that's me.
Cool. Thank you. Carlos, when are you go next?
Hey everyone, my name is Carlos Luna. You can find me on all social media under Carlos Crits. You could also find me this Sunday on this channel for Rivals of Waterdeep. Other than that, that's all I really got going on right now.
We were talking at the beginning, I will talk about it afterwards for scheduling. But there's a week you're going to be away because of.
Oh yeah, I won't be here next Wednesday.
That's next week. Okay, so we'll figure out if we'll do an episode or if we'll wait. Because I feel like we need Winnegar for Rourke's Junkyard. So yeah, we'll figure it out.
Junkyard gang.
Okay, cool. And then down over here, TK, do it.
Hello, it's me. It's TK. I'm updating the notes currently. I write spooky stories and I put them on the internet. If you like spooky stories and or the internet, go to my website, tkjwrites.com, or visit me on Twitter, TK Joins the Fray. I'm always on this Twitch channel. I don't have a life outside of Dungeons and Dragons or Twitch, so decide whether or not that's sad on your own time, because I don't want to hear about it. Next Friday, Tales from the Mist Season 3 is coming back. Yay! So that's going to be horrifying and delightful on Valentine's Day. So I hope you're ready to have your heart broken, because I am ready to ruin the lives of all of my closest friends.
Perfect. Good.
That's it.
Excellent.
Oh, and I'm playing like Call of Cthulhu that Saturday too, but I'll tell you about it next time I see you. Mm-hmm. Except you probably won't see it. Whatever. Goodbye.
I feel like 99% of the time, if somebody says I'm playing Call of Cthulhu, I'm like, okay, I hope you have fun. I'm not that interested, but I feel like if anybody's going to do a creepy, weird job of it, it's going to be you. So I'm actually interested. That seems cool.
I'm very excited. I hope that I get to play my precious med student, Jehoshaphat Wallace, who is from Mississippi and attending a historically Black university, Shaw University in the Carolinas. So
there is a lot of really interesting dialogue going on right now about modern Cthulhu role-playing games because of the release of that Fate one. It's really interesting. It's interesting seeing people kind of be like, we can still play this game and we can take all of the horse shit and throw it out and it's still like cool and interesting. Yeah. Awesome. Cool. All right. And last but not least, playing Torgor, Masood, do the thing.
Hey guys, I'm Masood. You can find me online at Marudeboy on Instagram and Twitter. That's MAHRUDEBOI. Yeah, it's the best way to keep up on what I'm doing with my comedy stuff here in Chicago and or what's going on with my cat, who is sleeping like a little baby right next to me. Look at her.
What a
'Cause
blessing.
I got up and she got in my seat, so I couldn't sit there anymore. So I was like, fine, it's okay. You're cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the best way to keep up what's going on with me, what's going on with my cat. If you're obviously, I'm here for Jace Beleren Must Die on Wednesday mornings. You can also see me on Monday evenings over on Adam's channel playing Zweihander. It's been a fun campaign. It's really coming together in a really exciting way. The world is gross and dark, and also just a touch goofy.
It's like a little, yeah. I mean, your character's name is a sitcom reference, so.
Oh yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, that's it. That's our episode. Thank you. Whether you're watching this for the first time or you've been with us for the whole year, this show is really fun, and I've really enjoyed playing it so far. I'm excited to keep going. We have lots more Jace Beleren Must Die to present to you. But I owe you experience points, friends, before I say goodbye. So, did we learn something about Jace Beleren, his conspirators or servants? Do we think we learned something today? I feel like we were trying to, but we didn't get it yet. All right.
Yeah, no.
Did anybody learn something important about we're doing the new one now, a fellow member of the conspiracy? So did you learn something significant about one of the other three characters?
I feel like the other three did in Tax, like expressing their anxiety about what's going on with the Golgari and stuff. But other than that, I don't know.
It just occurred to me that goal is actually a really cool spotlighting goal, because you get to show off something about your character in the game, and then everyone else gets rewarded for it. If you're like, here's a cool thing about Tack, and then everyone else is like, yeah, thanks, we get experience, and that was cool. Yeah, nice.
Very dope.
Thank you. Yeah. So everybody mark one for TK's showing us something about Tack. And then did you express your connection to your guild in a meaningful way? I feel like there wasn't really much guild stuff yet this episode. Yeah. And then alignment. Did your alignment complicate your life in an interesting way?
I feel like mine did. Because I had a chance to not kill cops, and yet.
Yeah, you could have de-escalated, but yeah.
The whole fight started because I impulsively tried to cast a spell.
So, that's true.
Yes.
We just want to try out our new spells, okay? We never had magic before.
No, it's exciting. It
the other two have been throwing magic willy-nilly.
Yeah.
But when we do it and we kill some cops, all of a sudden we're the bad guys.
Also, like, that's a bad thing.
Excellent. Yeah, cool. All right. So folks got some experience. Anybody level up? I think we're we mostly leveled pretty recently, and they're getting fewer and further between, which is by design. Cool. All right, that's it. That's our episode. Thank you for coming, everybody. We will see you next time for more Jace Beleren Must Die. Bye.
Bye.